I'm a bit late to this. Obviously, I should have done this ages ago when the website got updated with all of these screenshots and information. But we're here now, so let's go over it. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Richie. Let's chat about it. So first off, on the website we got Jason, and it says here that Jason wants an easy life, but things just keep getting harder. And then underneath it says that Jason grew up around grifters and crooks. Now I have no idea what a grifter is, so please don't ask me. After a stint in the army, trying to shake off his troubled teens, he found himself in the Keys doing what he knows best. Working for a local drug runners, it might be time to try something new. But, this is GTA, so he ain't going to be trying nothing new. He's still going to be, slinging that dope and whatever else and stealing cars. He's still going to be doing all of that, so it's not going to change. We already know what he's going to be doing. And then it says, if anything happens, I'm right behind you. Another day in paradise, right? Meeting Lucia could be the best or the worst thing to happen to him. Jason knows how he'd like to turn out, but right now, it's hard to tell. And like I said, this is GTA. We know how he's going to turn out. He's come out of the army, he wants to do good, but it's not going to happen, right? He's going to turn right back into that life, and we're going to get to control it. Every single second of it, and it's going to be great. So even if we tried to make him a nice character, it ain't going to happen. We already know that. So now we got Lucia, and it looks here that Lucia's father taught her to fight as soon as she could walk, which is crazy, which is already quite a big background story, if you had one. Life has been coming at her, swinging ever since. Fighting for her family landed her in the Leonida Penitentiary. Sheer luck got her out. Well, we already saw that bit, and that's when Jason picked her up. Lucia's learned her lesson. Only smart moves from here. Well, we already know that she's got an ankle monitor, and we kind of know that there's going to be some sort of warrant system in GTA 6. So it wouldn't be surprising if she got banged up for a small amount of time in the story mode again, and then come back out. So that if you keep scrolling down, it says here that more than anything, Lucia wants the good life her mum had dreamed of since their day in Liberty City. But instead of half-baked fantasies, Lucia is prepared to take matters into her own hands. And we have already seen that from, the 2022 leaks, where she's robbing a shop with Jason, and obviously this is GTA, so she isn't going to just live a simple life. She's going to be in that life of crime, as any other character would be. If you keep scrolling down, it says her life with Jason could be her way out. We already know that it's not going to be a way out. It's just going to be another way of her earning money illegally. So, fresh out of prison and ready to change the odds in her favour, Lucia is committed to her plan no matter what it takes. So she has a plan, and it's not going to be the legal way, because if it was, she wouldn't have been banged up in the first place, and we wouldn't have her as a main character in a Grand Theft Auto game. So we already know that she's not going to be doing that. I'd like to see what happens, with her ankle monitor, and if she does end up back in prison, or if something like that even happens. Only in Leonida, it says here. When the sun fades and the neon glows, everyone has something to gain and more to lose. But what I got from this is, everything happens at night time, which obviously not everything, but it's going to say that as soon as the neon lights on the strip come on, that's it. It's game for everybody. So here we got Cal Hampton. What if everything on the internet was true? Jason's friend, fellow associate of Brian's, Cal feels the safest hanging at home, snooping on the Coast Guard comms with a few beers and some private browser tabs open. Now, I don't know much about this guy, but he's giving me Lester vibes from GTA 5. He seems like the guy that's going to plan everything, put things in place for us, take a cut of our money, and he will probably be a GTA Online character as well. You know how we can bring Lester for help to get rid of police and stuff like that. I reckon he's also going to be that guy, because that's just the way I'm getting my feels from him. The psychopaths are in charge. Get used to it. Cal is at the low-end tide of America and happy there. Casual paranoia loves company, but his friend Jason just has bigger plans. Well, that's obvious. If they're best mates and one was in the army, and if this guy's always just been kind of a weird guy, then they're going to work together and do some heists. They're going to come together and rob some shops. and this cow is going to tell him the right way of doing things and the wrong way of doing things, but really he's going to just be advising us really on how to play the damn game, because that's what Lester did. He was like, you got to go here, do that, do this, and that's how we ended up playing GTA 5. Now here we got Booby Ike. Now, even though that's a funky name for a guy, but yeah, anyway, it's all about the heart, the Jacker hearts. Booby is the local Vice City legend and acts like it. One of the few to transform his time in the streets into a legitimate empire spanning real estate, a strip club, and a recording studio. Bobby's all smiles until it's time to talk business. Now, this is giving me kind of Gay Tony vibes from GTA 4 and GTA 5. He's going to be the businessman. He's going to be helping us open businesses, and I reckon he'll be there the majority time in GTA 6 online, you know, when we're buying new businesses or buying houses and stuff, because he's the one that's going to be helping us run our money. The club money pay for the studio, and the drug money pay for it all. Now, that speaks for itself. Obviously, we know we're going to be running drugs. We know that we're going to own businesses. This might be a little hint for GTA Online anyway. You know, we will probably be able to buy clubs, more than likely anyway, because we can do that in GTA 5. And then obviously the drug money does pay for it all, because, you know, in the MC businesses in GTA 5, we be grinding that out for a long time. And that's all to do with, you know, drugs and counterfeit money and stuff like that. So that pays for all of our stuff. Top quality cuts. Booby might seem like he's just out for himself, but it's his partnership with the young aspiring music mogul Draquan for only Raw Records that he's most invested in. Now they just need a hit. Now with this, there is two girls who also is doing music, and seems like they're going to be, you know, main characters. Not that we can play them, but, you know, just main NPC characters. And they seem like the ones that are looking for their one hit. So I reckon they'll be in connection with this guy as well. Now here we got Draquan Priest, only Raw Records. Draquan was always more than a hustler, you know, more than a gangster. Even when he was dealing on the streets to make ends meet, breaking into music was the goal. Now, this seems like I'm getting very big music vibes from this GTA. You know, there's record labels, there's artists, there's people looking to make it into the music industry. So I'm thinking the Dr. Dre contract that we got might be enhanced, you know, expanded quite massively into GTA 6. You know, that will give us a small in-depth of what we're about to see. Now here it says you're with the label now. Now that he's signed the Real Demez, Draquan's days of booking acts into Booby's strip club might be numbered as he sets his sights on the Vice City scene. Wow, that is a tongue twister. But from here we can see that, again, we're going to be doing a lot more music orientated missions. So we'll just have to see how it goes from there. Now, this is the Real Demez. Viral videos and viral hooks. Bay Lux and Roxy, aka Real Demez, have been friends since high school. Girls with the savvy to turn their time shaking down local dealers into cold hard cash via spicy rap tracks and relentless social media presence. Now these are the two girls that I said that Booby is probably looking for his record label to make that one hit, because in the next screenshot you'll see that they're also looking to make that one hit. So these two girls could make it big, make Booby money, and somehow bring Jason and Lucia into this. I'm not sure. One hit away from fame. See, that's what I was talking about. An early hit single with local rapper Downply. Okay, we're just gonna roll with that anyway. Took Real Demez to new heights. Now, after 5 years and a whole lot of trouble, they're signed to only Raw Records, hoping lightning can strike twice. Now, I reckon this will probably happen. We've seen the screenshots with them dancing on the cars. I believe that's with the car meet in the middle of the road in the trailer. And I don't know, but it might be them twerking on the top of the car in the trailer one, I think it was. But either way, they've got a high social media presence, so I wouldn't be surprised. Raul Batista. Now, this guy is giving me weird vibes, to be honest with you. I'm not really sure if I like him yet. I'm not 100% sure. He seems like the type of guy that's going to stab me in the back later on. Anyway, it says experience counts. Confidence, charm, and cunning. It's either Raul or Raul. But anyway, he's a seasoned bank robber, always on the hunt for talent, ready to take on risks that bring the biggest rewards. Now, obviously, we know who he's looking at. He's looking at us, Jason, Lucia, and he's just going to drag us back into that life of crime, robbing banks. We saw that in the trailers. Life is full of surprises, my friend. I think we'd all be wise to remember that. Now, this is this right here is what made me think he's gonna turn on us, you know, because life is full of surprises. Yeah, no, I'm good, mate. Honestly, I think you're just gonna turn your back on me, and it's gonna be a whole situation like in Red Dead Redemption 2 when you had that main character, and at the end they tried to kill you, and yeah, I think it's just gonna be one of them situations. So we'll have to see. A professional adapts. Raul's recklessness raises the stakes with every score. Sooner or later, his crew will have to double down or pull their chips from the table. That is another tongue twister for me to say. Anyway, we don't know what's going to happen here. You know, we'll just have to wait and see. We've seen what he's like in the trailers. He looks like he's a very aggressive character, wants to take charge of everything. We've seen that, and you know, that's the type of vibe I'm getting from him. Again, I don't know if I'm going to trust him when it comes to gameplay. We'll just have to wait and see. Now we got Brian Hedder. Nothing better than a mudslide at sunset. Okay, so Brian's a classic drug runner from the golden age of smuggling in the Keys. Still moving product through his boatyard with his third wife, Laurie, whatever. Brian's been around long enough to let others do his dirty work. Now, we've seen Brian. He's the first guy in the trailer that we see gets out of that big old Ford F-150. And it looks like Jason is working for him. I don't know how or why. Maybe, you know, why is Jason working for him? That's a big old mystery, but I guess we'll find out. I hauled so much grass in the plane, I could make the state of Leonida levitate. Obviously, I won't go into detail about what that means, but if you know, you know. Looks like a Leonida beach bum. Moves like a great white shark. Brian's letting Jason live rent-free at one of his properties so long as he helps the locals shakedowns and stops by for Laurie's sangria once in a while. I like the little beach bum thing there, because in GTA 5 Online, the beach bum update was the very first ever update for GTA Online, and that was back in like 2014, I believe. So that's a nice little Easter egg thing there on the website. So that's all the information they give on the characters and stuff like that. And then right at the end of the website, it says, coming November 19th, 2026. I wonder how many times they've had to change that, you know, because they had 2025 originally, then it was May 26th, 2026, and now it's November 19th, 2026. But again, if you notice here, it says wish list now, PS5, Xbox Series X and S. Obviously, that's the platforms we're going to be getting it on, and we are not going to be getting it on PC. I think it's obvious because, you know, modders, they're going to get the game log, and they're just going to hack the hell out of the game on day one, you know. So I think it'll be a smart move they didn't release it on PC straight away. There was another reason as well. I just can't remember off the top of my head what it was. If I remember, I'll put it in the I'll put it here on the screen, but if there's nothing there, then I just can't remember, honestly. Leave me some comments on whatever the hell you'd like, I guess. It's been your boy Richie. Stay blessed. Peace.